You're walking along the street, or you're at a party, or else you're alone, and then you suddenly get. You're looking at someone nice, you suddenly realize that this could be the start of something big. You're lunching at 21, watching your diet, reclining of Charlotte Russe, accepting a fee. And out of the clear blue sky, it's suddenly girl and guy. And this could be the start of something big. Hello! Welcome!
We're live, baby! We're
Once
live!
again.
Yes, and you know what the coolest thing about is live? Is missing up the line.
That's right.
Yeah.
Blooper! But we are so happy to be here. We're happy that you are here with us because we're going to have an awesome and very exciting show for you tonight.
Yes, like cooking, readings, all in this period of time. That's how we're going to do this, right?
That's right.
So I'm really, really excited. So get it out. Get it all out. Just get it out.
I want to say hi to Jen, to Laurie,
Get the rhythm.
to Michelle,
And still our Canadian
to
friends.
BC, to all of you for taking time out of a Sunday night at 7 p.m. to just be with us.
I love the fact that we're tying in like a fall recipe that he's doing, because if you know me, I don't cook at all. I'm a disaster to be in the kitchen, and as a medium, I'm going to do readings. So
Hint, 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 hint. So today we went apple picking, and we figure what better than to create something that you could do with the apples that you pick.
yes,
Because I'm sure many of you go apple picking and then you have no idea what to do with the $30 bag of apples you spent at the orchard. So, but that's not going to be an issue here because we have plenty that we can do.
and can I just say something here that, give me that bag back for a second, anyways. Like, I know we haven't been apple picking in a long time, but this was $30. This little bag.
But-
Little bag, and I had apples.
Everywhere.
I,
Everywhere. Under his pants. I didn't care. I told the ladies, I said, don't judge. For $30, we're gonna get our money's worth of apples. So we filled. I was hugging the bag, like barely.
they were all
falling
I
out.
had them
I could
in-
barely get down the hill.
but I had them in my side pocket,
he
my
was-
ass. It looked like I had a lot of junk in the trunk. I had them in my front. I had them in my shirt. And there was these two women that were like the sweetest ladies when we walked in. And as we were walking out, they both laughed at us and said, "You both got your money's worth." And we're like, "Shh!" And they're like, "We see nothing. We see nothing." So it was a really good trip. But we had to at $30. I think maybe because it's the Cape. I don't know. Like when you're on the mainland, like we're in Rhode Island and even in Massachusetts, there's a lot of competition, right? There's a lot of orchards. So maybe the Cape doesn't have a lot. I don't know. But in any case, they had a lot of apples still. So if you want to go apple picking, there's still a lot of apples. So
And that's what I love
which is
because,
really nice.
I mean, that bag is filled. So they had, let's see, Macoons, Fuji, Gallet, Ambrosia, Golden, Russet, Cortland. So they still had an awesome variety of
Yes.
apples. So we filled the bag. I told Steven, I said, let's get like four.
We
of
filled out
each,
pants.
4 or 5 of each. Well, you fill your pants. I was just barely, holding for dear life. Making
And
sure.
I had pants that sort of stretched a little bit, so it worked out perfectly. And you know what? Listen, I started out this morning, right? Just, taking more than we should have, right? And it just continued because this is no word of a lie, and we're going to show you, right?
I can't wait to. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Show them.
So we get back home today, and
Don't judge.
this is not
Please
my
don't
day for
judge.
running. Like I
Yes.
run every other day, right? So I said to Elix, I'm going to go take a walk in the woods because we have conservation land and there's a cranberry bog, and that's where I meditate because I knew I was going to be doing readings tonight. I said, I'll go. I'm going to take a walk and just hang out. So I go in the back. I get to the cranberry bog. Like you got to walk a little distance, and they flooded. Now, if you're not familiar with cranberry bogs in Massachusetts, it's huge. We're like the second mass producer of cranberries in the country. And I think the first is Wisconsin, I think.
I don't
It's
know.
something, I think it's
I know
Wisconsin.
we're top. Yes.
So they flooded the cranberry bog, and most likely tomorrow they're going to come. There's sections. It's very, very big, and all the cranberries. How they do it is they flood it. All the cranberries come up they float to the surface, and they have this big machine that just goes through and just grabs the cranberries. So I didn't need those machines. You know what I had? These. So what did I did? And
Please don't report us to the authorities.
Yeah, this attorney does not need to be in jail. Just
Yes,
saying.
please.
I can't represent myself, but look this is what I got today.
But the good news is that he got a bowl that's big enough, and I can actually make cranberry sauce.
Wait a minute.
What?
Am I living in a different house?
What?
Yeah, I got home and I showed him this, and he said, "Go back out. I need another bowl."
I don't.
That's what you said.
I know, but I don't want them to say, "Oh my God, he's taking a lot of cranberries. Let's report them to the local police."
This is a safe place. This is a safe place. And if we're not here next Sunday, it just means that he's probably bailing me out or so. So I'm gonna have to sneak back and get this son of a gun is just pretending like, oh no, this was perfect. No. He looked at me and said, "Get your ass back out there and get another bowl of. I need a second bowl for cranberry sauce."
I did. I will admit I did.
So he's
say
following
that.
me out to the cranberry bog.
That's right. So, but one of the things, Stephen, I'm thinking is that at some point, maybe our next show or a show after that, maybe what we'll do is we'll do how to make cranberry sauce.
How cool would that be?
I mean, I don't know how many of you would go on the adventure of making cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving.
Maybe some have.
But
right?
honestly, it is so simple, it is so easy, and there's nothing better than really homemade cranberry sauce, especially if you know where these little things come from. So
yeah, right off the vine, baby.
Mhm.
So yeah, maybe see, Michelle said yes, please. So I'm sure people want to see that, and I'll let you do it. I won't do it. I'll let you do the recipe. I mean, I have my own.
you don't have a
my
choice
grandmother's,
in the matter, yes.
but I'll let Elix do it. So So I hear tell.
Here, tell.
Oh
Go
my
ahead.
God! I forgot to put the lights on.
Yeah, go ahead. I just put one. I was looking at the darkness. There we go. Much better. Now you guys can see us.
Oh, now we look so pretty.
Yeah, now you can see, a beautiful skin. So anyway,
the Olay.
Do tell.
The Olay. I said you have a tell.
I do.
Yes. What's going on with this week?
Well, what do you mean this past week? I don't know. I mean, sometimes he asks me questions and I have no idea where he's going.
What's been going on?
What's been going on is I'm celebrating my birthday still. Yes. It's my whole month. It's my birthday, and I'm happy to keep celebrating my birthday. And
happy.
And to be honest with you, I don't think last weekend we didn't do our live. We did the Halloween version. So I haven't told you guys that he went he went above and beyond to make sure my birthday was so special, so amazing. And, I've been sharing with you guys, this is, again, my first birthday without Mom, and she made a huge deal about my birthday every year. So I was really, I was a little concerned that it was going to be a hard birthday. And it was hard because, of course, I would have loved to celebrate with my mom. Yet Stephen went above and beyond, and he did so many things. We went to Provincetown for the weekend. I had cake every day, and you took me to some amazing restaurants, and we're still celebrating. So yeah, thank you. Happy birthday month. That's, listen, at this time, the month is what we deserve to celebrate.
Yes.
Period. In the end.
And Kim's here. Hello, Kim, who I've known forever. LB is here. Lori Beth, I love it that you're here.
And Croxy.
And Croaks is here. And Michelle, thank you. That's a very sweet thing to say. That's a good here tell. That's a good when you're celebrating a month for your birthday. That's a great thing. And we went to see this comedian, which was
amazing. What was her name? Poppy Champlain.
Poppy Champlain. Yeah, she was really, really funny. And after dinner, so we had a really, really great time. So, And how is everybody else?
How are you?
things are
How
doing?
you doing? How you doing?
You sound like
Let
a,
us
you
let
sound
us
like
hear.
a Rhode Islander.
Well, after 30 years,
Like,
I
how you
probably
doing?
do sound
How
like
you
I
doing?
ask for coffee every morning. So
Yes, he's kind of adopted
yes,
that Rhode Island accent that he claims and people claim I have, but I don't understand that. You know, I was reading somebody, I don't know, last week, 2 weeks ago, and her husband came through who was in spirit, and he died of cancer, unfortunately. So he's telling me that there was something that happened with his IV, and he keeps showing me like here or here. And so I said to her, he keeps talking about the port, and she's like, and now I'm looking at her in Zoom, right? Like you're looking at us, and she like sort of scrunches her eyebrows. She's like, and I'm thinking she's processing it, right? That she's going to answer me.
they're processing it right now. You know, we should have. You know, what is it?
Like Jillian's here. Hello, Jillian. Honey.
Hey, Jillian, what is
Yeah,
it?
she said that. The
when you have
subtitles.
we should have subtitles just for him. I mean, probably for me too, because my Spanglish comes, you know, along for the journey as well. But yeah, so you're probably wondering what exactly he's saying.
Well,
Say
so,
it again.
so she
The
says,
what?
I am, but she then she takes a second and she's about to say something. I'm like, oh, she knows what he's talking about. And she said, the what? It was funny in the reading. I said, the port. And she's still looking at me like, I'm like, I think her name was Linda. I said, Linda, you know, the port, the thing you put in, like when you have to get continuous like IV. And then of course she was like,
for the chemo.
oh, the I don't know how she said it.
Port,
Like,
which is how most of us say it. Actually, a
Hey.
port.
hey, listen, you know what? I can't do anything about growing up in Rhode Island and getting this accent. It's just with me. Sometimes I try to be like conscious about it and like try to stay more in the mainstream. Like just now, I said try to not say what I want to say is more, right? That's how I say it, more. Like, but I try to sort of like not go there and say more.
And it doesn't help. It makes it worse. So you stick to your Rhode Island accent. By the way, Jillian, yes, this is probably better than the Patriots, but listen, when you live in New England and we support our teams no matter what. If they're doing great, awesome. If they're not doing great, we still support the teams, whether it's the Red Sox or the Patriots or the Celtics. So
Or you're like me.
go
You're like,
Bats.
they're playing. You know,
It's not looking
I
good
hear
today.
things.
I'm sure
Well,
that's
and
why Jillian is here.
Well,
watching
and let's
this.
also just say R.I.P. to Suzanne Summers. That was
Oh my God,
that was a
that's so
devastating
sad, yes.
blow to see that today. Elix actually, I was upstairs, and Elix he actually called me from downstairs and said, "Did you just hear?" And I'm like, "What?" And he told me Suzanne Summers. I mean, I that show was something that I watched Three's Company, and no one was better than the three originals with Suzanne Summers. If anyone who watched that show, and even in repeats, there was nothing better than the first like 5 seasons with Suzanne Summers. That's where it started. It was, and that, you know, back then was a risque. Like, but that's very, very sad. I know she's battled it for years and years and years, breast cancer. So we send out a lot of white light and, you know, a lot of love to her and her family, and also to the fans. And you know what? Speaking of fans, I gotta just say quickly before you start with your magic in the kitchen.
Yes.
Is that I have never, since I've been doing readings, I have never had more, and maybe some of you are going to understand this. I'm sure you probably are. I have never had more people email me and just say they're having a very difficult time with what's going on with the world. Like with everything that it's like we've got, it just keeps adding to and adding to and adding to these things. And for people who are empaths, and you know, if you don't know what an empath is, it's just someone who's connected, you know, their gift connected to spirit is that they feel people's energy, they feel the earth's energy, they feel the world's energy, they feel energy, and they not only feel it, but it's sort of like, I use the example when I teach, I think my introductory course is that if you're an empath and you go into a supermarket, you go in just like a normal person. The empath walks out of the supermarket on his or her back with yellow stickies, and the stickies will say, you know, sadness, devastation, elated, happy, grieving, depressed, all different stickies on the back of the empath, because the empath has picked up all those different energies from everybody that was in the supermarket. And that's how empaths work.
I feel that.
You were a
I
very empathic, and I
definitely,
know you guys here watching are very, very connected. And like Deborah just said, cannot stop crying. And Deborah, I'm praying so hard. Yeah, Deborah, let me just tell you, the best thing to do is just to remember that you're not alone. That's why I brought it up, is that I have never got so many emails like, Stephen, I don't even want to leave the house. I don't want to look at the news. I don't want to see anything. It's I think it's tough for just a normal average person who we're all intuitive, right? Every one of us. But there are ones, as I talked about, being empathic, and it's even more difficult for them. So that protecting your energy is something so big to do, very, very big to do. So I just wanted to throw that out there and just know that, if you're feeling it and you're having a hard time with it, you've got to remember that there's so many more people in the same exact situation, feeling it, and just doesn't know how to deal with it, and that we're all on the same side, so we're in the same place, if that makes any sense. So
that's right. That's right. I do want to say something though. If you guys didn't catch, when he said, I called them, from downstairs, it sounded like I was on the west wing of the house and he's on the left wing of the house. So therefore I had to actually call him on the phone. So,
well, you did.
I did, but the way it sounded, it's like,
well, from standing here, it's not like you could yell out, Stephen, I wouldn't have heard you upstairs. Right? I mean,
okay.
Listen, I'm just saying factual stuff. As the attorney, I'm saying factual stuff. So, and
Judge Judy has entered the room. So welcome.
And as usual, let me just share something that this one has no idea. I do this all the time, right? That he has no idea where I'm going.
Is there a puppet somewhere?
No puppet. Last time, just remember the puppet that lost the eyebrow? I do have the eyebrow. It's being glued back on, right? So, but hold on.
I have no idea what he's doing. So let me be surprised with all of you. So
now I know you're like, he's an attorney, represented kids for 20 years. He's a medium. What else can this guy do, right? I know you kiddos are saying that. Well, you know what? There's even more. I have a magic box.
Okay, we could go there. Tell them about your magic box. Just saying.
I have a magic box.
People would say that the box is magic too.
And here it is.
Okay.
Here's my magic box. I'm very, very connected to this box. Now, when I tell the box, go all the way down, it listens, right? If I say go halfway and stop, halfway, stop, that's too far. So we're going to do 3, 3, and 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm just saying, sometimes, again, this is a place that you can just throw all your problems away and just get this needless craziness from us. And I say us, not me.
How lucky I am that I live 24/7 with this.
30 years too,
30
not just
years,
24/7.
that's right.
30 years.
That's right.
So Kim said, "Lord help us." I don't know. I think that's for me in my magic box.
Yeah.
Just saying, I've had this magic box since I was a little boy. Like this is, it's like sort of like a little worn out. I used to love magic, and maybe some of you too. Like I used to, before I knew I was a medium, I was always felt magical. I was always called and pulled to magical stuff. And that's why I would ask my mom to give me like this magical stuff before I knew I was a medium. So this was,
Susan Krog says your talents are endless, and she knows a lot about talents. But Susan, do not enter any more details in the comments section. Please don't.
Please no.
Anyways,
Krog has a lot of knowledge.
A lot of knowledge. But anyways, I do want to do a shout out to Matt, the owner of 1620 CrossFit, which is a new CrossFit box that I just joined.
Is he watching?
Month. He's going to be watching. This is going to be a test. So I'm going to test you to
Ask
see
Matt,
if
what
you're
did Stephen
actually
do?
watching.
What
Yeah,
did he do?
it's a test. So you better come through, Matt. And any of my buddies from 1620, CrossFit 1620, when you watch
Yeah,
a show,
or I will
kudos.
sick Shonda on you,
Oh,
and you do not want
Shonda.
that. Just
Shonda
saying.
is your fan.
I love Shonda.
So
I love Shonda. When we met Shonda, that works out with Elix when you guys were working out here, right?
yes.
In right around the corner from the house. And I was sitting in the car, and Elix went in to this little, like this really nice little convenience store, even though it probably doesn't, not the greatest label, but in any case. So he said,
it's elevated. It's more than a convenience store. It's like a high
like a gourmet,
end
sort of like a gourmet
store.
So he tells Shonda, who I don't know, my husband's in the car. So she comes out to say hi, and she's like, "I'm Shonda," with this big smile and just very, very sweet. And we chatted until Elix got out of this gourmet shop, and then Shonda left, and he looks at me and says, "What are you doing on your phone?" I said, "I'm putting Shonda's cell phone in my phone." He's like, "I've known her for how long? I don't have her cell phone. You have her cell phone?"
Yes, yes. And by the way, so about a week ago, I'm at the gym.
I love Shonda.
And all of a sudden, I come back. We're done. Shonda's there talking to a bunch of, women from the gym, and all of a sudden, she's showing everyone Steven's picture because she's like, "Oh my God, you gotta look at Steven. Let me show you a picture." So they were like, "Ooh, handsome."
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just saying.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. I can say that.
I think we're ready for a little cooking.
I've
So
been
we're gonna
ready.
do cooking first. Then when everything's in the oven, I'm gonna come to you guys. And when I start doing readings, the best way to do this for me tonight is that if you have a particular person you want to come through, just put in the comments. And I am going to fly through a lot of people. And if there's not, if you just want to know, Steven, help me out. Like, tell me something, what's going on in my life, or you want your dad, your mom, your grandmother, your dog, anyone to come through. I'll remind you when I come back on. But I think it's good because I can see the comments and just like start doing stuff. So
awesome.
I think Michelle even said nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. So today I am going to use our fabulous apples, and we're going to make
back this
something
up a little bit.
that is super easy because I figure, you know what, let me give you, I could do an apple pie, but an apple pie is not something that I can actually do. Hold on, you're going so far away.
Oh, did you notice too that we have a different angle too?
We do. This is actually a much better angle so that you guys can see what I'm doing here. So anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do apple turnovers.
I think that's good, right?
You may wanna. It's a little crooked, so.
I can't tell this way.
No, perfect. So we're gonna do apple turnovers. It's a super easy recipe. All it entails is puff pastry, fresh apples. We're gonna put some cinnamon sugar, some nutmeg, and some lemon zest. And it's gonna be super delicious, super easy. And that's actually a super easy way to use your fresh apples if you're gone apple picking. Now, tip, one thing that I love doing, and I do this for pies, I do this for anything that I make with apples. Of course I know that there are some apples that are technically better for cooking. There's some apples that are technically better for sauce or for eating. I love combining apples because I love sometimes the tartness, a tart apple with a sweet apple, a firm apple with an apple that maybe get a little bit more mushy when you cook it, because when you combine them, I feel that it gives you a much better end result. So I'm gonna use 3 types of apples. And again, we don't need a lot of apples because I'm actually just gonna use 1 sheet of what do you call it? Puff pastry, because I want you guys to know how to do that. Steven, you want to tell people where we got these?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just looking at the comments in case anyone's asking about the recipe. So I'm really excited. This little gadget Elix has had for a long time, and it was in an apple orchard in Rhode Island in Greenville. And it's like a really cool thing. I don't know if you've ever seen one, but it's a really great thing and such a fast way to skin the apples. And it has like a little, like here, it's got like a little suction cup, so it like will like suck right down to whatever counter or table, wherever you got it, so it doesn't move around.
Yes.
But it's really, really cool. I mean, look how fast he did that.
So this is the end result. You know, actually, to be honest with you, how quickly is that? So if you're gonna do an apple pie, this is what you want to use, and then simply all you gotta do is cut it, and you have, you know, if you have a seed that, you know, sort of sticks, you can remove it. But look at how beautiful this is. You know, you got the apple slices already, and I am going to use.
Did you guys have one of these or know about them? I was just curious. Oh, yeah, Michelle just said she has one.
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
She has one.
Yeah, so it's just a very easy way to get through the apples very quickly, very effectively. Boom, all done. So
Boom.
Again, I'm just gonna remove the leftover, and again, look at how beautiful that is. And that's it. This is all the apple I'm gonna use, because again, we do not need a lot of.
So for the turnover, you're using different apples?
Yes. So
if someone just had one kind of apples, can they still do the turnover?
Yeah, of course. Hold on one second. Of course you can. There's nothing.
So Karen
wrong.
G says she's got two.
Yeah, that's fine. Nothing wrong with using whatever you got. You know, just use whatever you got. That's totally fine. But if you have, again, like we did, we went apple picking, so we have a variety of apples. I love combining them. I just think that it adds flavor to whatever it is that you're cooking. So let me just clean these a little bit. So now we have the apples, and again, you could do this in a number of ways. You could
Denise,
make the puff pastry, put the apples in, put some sugar on top. I prefer to actually season the apples before I put them on top. This is already a mix of just regular sugar and cinnamon, so I'm just gonna put that over the apples and you know, blend it a little bit so that every apple has a little cinnamon sugar, a little cinnamon and sugar, excuse me. Actually, I'm gonna take that little piece out. A little skin, that's cake. So, you know, look at, you can, and again, you could do as much or as little as you want. The other thing that I like to add, this is not something that many people add, but I love cinnamon, sugar, and nutmeg. So
what is that?
This is a nutmeg. And I use the grater. Why are you laughing? I don't know why he finds
I just love how you said it's a nutmeg.
Yeah. So, you know, again, I've said this before, when you're using nutmeg, don't use a lot because it can become bitter in your recipe. So, and this is really what this is all about. And then the other thing, again, not traditional, but I love the combination. I don't use lemon juice, I use lemon zest, because I think the lemon zest adds a little lemon profile in the background, and you don't have to use a lot. You know, this was not a lot of apples, so I'm just gonna use probably, you know, a half a teaspoon of lemon zest.
Now, Elix, does that mean that lemon is done, or you can use that for something else?
No, you can absolutely use it for anything. I only use the zest, so the whole lemon.
So you could use it for zest or anything else.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we have the apples ready. So now I am going to get ready to use, let's see, let me just get this out of the way, to roll the puff pastry. So this is the puff pastry I use.
Is this evidence maybe in court?
Yeah, make sure. Let's not bring that forth often. I mean, tell them. I can't even speak right now. So first things first, you want to put a little flour on the counter, before you
I
pull out.
never seen that. I always see like the flour going on something on the counter.
Well, it is going on something. It's going on.
No, like the flour right on the counter. I thought it was always on something.
It depends on what type of counter you have
and what you're making.
Exactly. I'm using um, granite counter, so you can absolutely.
Denise, I would win. Just saying. Denise said I should go on worst cooks in America. Yeah, I definitely would win.
Actually,
You know what?
Denise,
But I'd be reading people. I wouldn't be cooking. Well, not that I can cook anyway, but
we've considered that, Denise. So you don't want your dough to stick. It's you want to keep puff pastry refrigerated if possible, because if it doesn't get, if it's not refrigerated, it can get too soft, and it's not as workable as otherwise. So let's see. So I need, out of this, I want to make sure that I get 4 squares. So let's see. Let me see. So Stephen, are there any questions? Anyone asking anything that I should be paying attention to?
let me see. Someone wanted to know how long it takes me to do my hair. No, that's interesting. Thank you for asking that. It is a process. Shampooing and conditioning, a wash and a set. And then just air drying it if I can, with many filters sometimes if I use a blow dryer. But thank you very much for asking. That's very, very nice.
By the way, so what I'm doing?
No, so to answer your question,
yeah,
not so far. Not hey, Joanne's here also. Michelle said so it doesn't stick. So is that what you were talking about? Oh, the flour.
Yeah, so it doesn't stick. So you want to. I'm trying to get as close as a square as I can out of this dough. So, but I don't want to stretch it too much. So I think this is gonna be as close as possible. So, okay, it's gonna be as close to a square.
Have any of you guys watching made apple turnovers from scratch? The comments are a little slow.
Yeah, that's
coming.
Okay.
But you're doing your thing.
So long you guys are here with us, that's all we care about.
Yeah.
So again, don't worry about this. This doesn't have to be.
So Lori Beth said yes, that she has.
Yeah. So here's what I'm doing. Again, once this bakes, it's gonna be beautiful. So here's what we do. We're gonna put some of these apples.
Michelle has too. Michelle has done them too.
It's done what?
The made them, the apple turnovers.
Yeah, beautiful. So again, this is.
Oh my God, LB said her mama showed her. That's wonderful.
How to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm just putting a little extra cinnamon sugar on top, and then so every corner. Oh, you know what? I forgot one last step.
Kim said you're like the engineer.
By the way, these eggs, kudos and shout out to Rich for giving us fresh farm eggs. He has chickens, and he gave us 2 dozen eggs. So what better than a real egg from a real chicken, right?
To the engineer.
Yeah. So
Choo Choo Charlie was an engineer.
So what we're gonna do is we are going.
So Michelle said egg wash.
Yeah, a little egg wash, and we're gonna just put it in.
Hello, Amanda.
In the corners here, so that they actually stick.
That's wild that you're actually putting it on the corners.
Yeah, because what we want is we want that, then we want a little egg wash, that, then
it's like putting a little diaper on.
Exactly. Boom. And there it is, right? Now, it doesn't look perfect, but so what? It's gonna look beautiful. Look, look at how beautiful that looks. And again, don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let go of your, idea that everything has to look perfect because once they bake, they're gonna look absolutely beautiful.
Felix, wouldn't you agree to that? Just like I talk about, like when I'm teaching my class, I always tell the students that the first thing you have to get in your mind is not to compare yourself to anybody, not to compare yourself to the other students, not to compare yourself to another psychic medium or so. But don't you think that really applies to everything, like even cooking or like what you just said? Not comparing it like, well, when she did it or he did it, it looked different or it looked nicer, right?
Yeah, again, they don't look perfect, but they are gonna look beautiful when they bake. I promise you, you are not gonna see any difference. So again, yeah, absolutely. Listen, the worst thing that you could do is compare yourself to someone else. There's nobody like you.
I love Michelle. She said it doesn't matter because we're going to eat it anyways.
Exactly.
Michelle, you're so right.
But Michelle, honestly, here's the deal. Even if it's not looks perfect when you're baking, I promise, once they come out, they're gonna look really beautiful. So this is as easy gets. I hope that we inspire you to go apple picking if you haven't done that, or if you have some apples. Um, Look at that, right? So there's another one, and I'm down to my very last one.
Karen, they are going to be delicious. And Denise said, if they taste good, that's all that matters, right?
All that matters. And I'm telling you guys, they are going to taste delicious. I will say, using a variety of apples is everything. So when I do pies, I always mix them up. And you're not a pie person, Stephen. Yet you love my pies.
Yes. I mean, I'm not an apple pie person. I mean,
Well,
I like pies.
that's what I meant.
love like pumpkin pies and other kind of pies. I'm just not a big apple pie person, but your stuff is gourmet at a gourmet level. It's amazing.
Exactly. So I'm done with this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna absolutely put a little egg wash on top because we want them to look golden brown when we bake. So that's what I do.
And Lori said she loves how you cut the apples. That was pretty cool with that.
Yeah, it's so super. Well, the gadget makes it a hell of a lot easier than cutting them manually. So,
and that's just an egg in there.
That's it, just an egg. You could put a little water if you want to. I didn't because these are really fresh eggs. So I figure, you know what? I know these chickens eat really well, so I didn't want to dilute the egg for the wash.
Now, Michelle said when she makes pies, she uses 4 different apples.
That's perfect.
4 different types of apples.
That is absolutely perfect. So here's the last thing that you could do. Now, I love using coarse sugar for some, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 2 types. Two of them, I'm gonna put coarse sugar. 2 of them I'm gonna leave as is because I'm gonna put powdered sugar after they're baked. And it's an option. It depends on what you want. This is, by the way, when you put the coarse sugar crystals, this is probably more what it looks like in a bakery when you're getting apple turnovers. But I love them both. So here's what these are the ones with the coarse sugar. These ones I'm gonna leave as is so that we can put some powdered sugar when they bake. In the oven, probably 12 to 15 minutes until they're golden brown, and that's it. So
that's it.
That's it. How easy is that? There's no excuse.
Actually, that was really easy.
Super easy. There is no excuse to explore, to try to do things in the kitchen. And if you do something and it's a fail, so what? Try it again. When I'm doing breads, by the way, that was one of the things that I tell people all the time. People get so intimidating by making dough, by making pies, because oh my God, I've never done them. It's so difficult. So try it.
Amanda said that she always adds a little coarse sugar on top also.
Yes. So two with coarse sugar, two I'm gonna do powdered sugar so that you can get to see what they look like when they're baked. Either one, it's absolutely perfect. So I'm gonna put them in the oven, and we are going to just actually don't need to do the timer. So now is the time that you've all been waiting for to talk to the medium.
I think talk to dead people.
Talk to the people. So Stephen is gonna switch the camera so that you can. I think that's enough, Stephen.
Righty. Now I can see the comments, and you know what? I beg to differ, though. I know that everybody is so excited to get to see Elix do um, um, all his recipes. So tell me if there's anybody here who wants to hear from somebody. I'm ready to go. Ready. Karen said, "Thank you, Elix." I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, I'll tell you, for someone who doesn't cook and is a menace in the kitchen, that didn't look bad at all.
You're gonna try. So does that mean that you're gonna try to make apple turnovers next time?
No.
I didn't think so.
Listen, you know what? So, Sil, you just said, let me just see something. Sil just said, my dad or my dog, Bear, please. You know, this is interesting, Sil. So your dad, of course, you know, is here, but Beer is very interesting too, because Beer just said, bring up. So it feels like bring up to my mom the commercial. I don't know what kind of dog Beer was, but Beer keeps giving a connection to a commercial of maybe a dog commercial that was very popular, that was the same kind of breed, or maybe I don't know, maybe the same name. But there's something. Still, keep that with you. There's something really connected to. I remember when I was growing up. Oh my God, I don't remember what was the name of that commercial. Wagon Train or something. I had him in what? You had him in an ad? Oh my God. So wow, that's what he's talking about. I cannot believe that you actually had him like what? That is so wild. And beer, let me just tell you, that is wild. Your poor dad. You said your dad or Beer, and Beer just sort of pushed past your father like Chuck Wagon Michelle, thank you. And just took over. You know, it was for ear ointment. This is so wild. That's why he was showing me like a TV ad. So that you know, I tell people, and I have this. He was a cocker. Oh wow, I love that. They're so adorable. But I have a video that I'm going to post tomorrow that you've got to check out. I stole it from another app, like on Instagram. But when I tell you, it represents perfectly. Like I wish I came up with this. It's amazing. So his picture was in it. I love that. That's pretty wild. So still, just know, Beer clearly has not gone anywhere. Maybe, you know, physically he's not here, but wherever, I just heard him say wherever, you know the song, wherever she goes, I know I go, whatever that is. That's what Bear just said. So I love that. And I love your dad too, because your dad is like clapping and saying, I mean, he knows, of course, you want to hear from him, but the fact that he knew you needed to hear from Bear as a reminder, even though you of all people are so connected, that you know that Bear is with you all the time. So how cool is that? And thank you for letting me do that. I think, but still, that is the wildest thing that he's giving a nod about that. So, let me see something. Someone said something when I was reading Sil here. Wait a minute, DC here. DC, I gotta check in with you because I started feeling your energy. Wait a minute. My daughter, my son-in-law, and grandson, please. Wait a minute. DC, you're telling me all three of them are in spirit? Your daughter, son-in-law, and grandson? um, I'm gonna do my best because Karen, I see your comment. Kim, I see your comment too, so I can get to it. Oh my God, DC, I am, I'm, I'm so sorry. Um, uh, all you know what? All three, all three stepping forward. Your grandson's first. Your grandson wants to talk. Um, like grandma, nana, whatever he called you. I can't make it out. But he keeps talking about October, buried together. DC, something is like now. Why does your grandson keep talking about this? He also just said he helped you or somebody very very close to you with some kind of procedure. So someone had some kind of procedure, doctor's office, hospital. Um, it feels like it's maybe heart. I don't know. So Nana, so your grandson is telling me. I don't know if there was something like you were big into Halloween or they were. I mean, because we're right near Halloween, or there's like a birthday or an anniversary right now in October. But your grandson keeps pointing to October and keeps saying he helped. Like Nana, I helped with some kind of um, procedure. That's what he keeps hearing. I keep hearing, and there's also DC. There's a dad energy. So I don't know if this is. It feels like it's the level of a dad. I don't know. He and his dad both died. Oh my God. He and his dad both died in October. And it was just my son-in-law's birthday. Oh, that's why.
Wow.
That's why he's bringing that up because of that importance of October. Your daughter is so beautiful, DC. I can feel her heart, and I can feel his father. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whose father. But let me say this. Let me get back to your daughter because she's very very emotional because I don't know if you need a medium to say this, but your daughter just said. As proud as she is of where you are, Mom, that every day this comes to your. Oh no, that's what she's saying. I love her. She said, yeah, she does need a medium. Your daughter just said every single day that you think of them, and you do. It's not because solely you're missing them, which of course you are, right? It's your family. And I can't even imagine what that's like, DC. But it's about your daughter just said, Ma, I walk right up to you. I stand right here, and within like 30 seconds to a minute, you know I'm here. You start thinking about me, and it's not just a random thought because you're missing me. It's because I'm standing right next to you. My energy is with you. So I love that, DC. I'm glad that you know that. And your daughter also. I feel her. I love that. I love when people say that you don't need a medium, right? You just need to connect by yourself too. But even though it is wonderful to hear validations, but your daughter just keeps saying um, um, she feels like there was a space in between you two. Like I don't know if this is before she passes because she keeps making me feel like there was nothing left unsaid, DC. And so I don't know if it's when she crosses or prior to that, but there's something that she's giving a reference to that she doesn't want guilt or you to hold on to any kind of guilt or I wish I just had a minute to say something or closure. And it feels like I don't know if it's all three of them, DC, but it's fast. One, I don't know if it's one or all three, but when I hear snapping, it means that someone went very, very quick, or all three of them. I don't know, but I can hear. I was here, and then in spirit, your grandson. Who's Bobby? Who's DC? Who's Bobby? Bob. I think Bob. It could be Barbara, but it sounds like Bob. It sounds like Bob. Someone either living or cross. But I like your grandson because he keeps showing me that wherever you're sitting at night or during the day, whatever, he's like right next to you. He's showing me young. So he's showing me like playing with matchbox cars, like little cars or fire trucks or something, and he's like right at the bottom of your feet. So I'm not sure how old he was when he passed away, but that's what he keeps showing me.
That's her boyfriend at
When,
the time.
oh my God, Bobby was her boyfriend at the time.
Wow.
Oh wow, DC. So Bobby is also letting you know that he's stepping forward. He's very, very happy that you just validated that for him. And I love Bobby too because Bobby just said, everything you're saying, Stephen, is right. But I want to give a shout out to DC. Um, just what a he actually just used the word spectacular soul she is. What an incredible woman she is, and she'll give you anything if you know her. That's who DC is. She's a giver. She's just a giver. Bobby said, I hope you don't mind that I'm with you all the time. I hang out with you. Sort of like I guess DC is sort of like a protection. He just watches you. So and that he's also with your daughter, with your grandson, and just wanted to give that also as um, a validation. Yeah, DC, I know. I can not only feel your energy. Someone is talking about here the heart. He was awesome. I love how you say. He just said to me, "Yeah, of course that's what she's going to say. She's going to deflect the compliment to her because that's just not what she does. She doesn't like that." And he's going back and was like, "No, no, 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 no. She's awesome, not he was awesome." I love him. There's what are they showing me? It feels like I'm getting a procedure here. Somebody, DC, it could be mom, dad, grandmother, grandfather. Someone had something here. Because it feels like I'm going in and it's connected to my heart. I don't know if I'm getting like an artery like fixed, or I don't know what this is, or someone's helping my heart. And it's never future stuff. It's either current or in the past. In this particular case, it's already happened. So I just had breast cancer. I'm sure that's very, very close to why they keep doing this. And I thought it was hard. It could be a double validation, but DC, the fact that you're saying that, it's just also a beautiful way that everyone in spirit saying how much they're helping you, in anything that they can do to make sure that you're okay. And when I just said that, there's like a stream of spirit that's connected to you that's all coming forward. So someone didn't use their name, DC. Someone didn't use their real name, or went by Junior or PJ, or didn't use their first name and like their last name. I can't tell what your name is with the DC. I don't know if it's you, but somebody didn't use their first name. It was either abbreviated or and that's what I keep hearing from somebody. And there's, if it's not your, I do, I do have heart too. Yeah. It's been a tough time, so Michelle, I love that too. DC, that's why you're here, and that's why I had to actually scroll to come to you, because everybody in spirit was like, "You've got to go to her. You have to go to her. She needs to hear this." It's just a great way too that again, as I mentioned, you have this band of loved ones in spirit. It's not just about the physical people protecting or helping you. It's really about spirit too. And always ask. We would call my grandson Jopo. Oh, that's what it's got to be. I knew it wasn't the real name. I don't know what his real. Who's L? Who's the L name, DC? Like I keep hearing Lynn or Lori or Larry. I can't get it. I can't make it out. But it's an L. Or Eleanor. I know that's an E, but it sounds like an L. I don't actually see letters. I hear them, and I keep hearing L. There's a really, really strong mother energy too, DC. Mother and father energy. So if your mom and dad are here, then it's most likely just grandparents that are stepping forward, just to give you that validation. I don't know what Texas is. It feels like I'm getting pulled in that particular. Oh my God, I have twin sisters named.
Oh my gosh.
Lynn
wow.
and Lois.
Wow.
Yeah. See, that's what they're giving as a validation. So, again, it's just all about letting you know that it's really everybody in spirit connected to you. So and my mom was Linda. Wow. Wow. And knowing that mom, so now I know that your mom that's also stepping forward. So one thing that the mother energy, your mother just said is that there's also, as you mentioned, Stephen or Bobby mentioned about what an incredible soul my daughter is, but it's way bigger than that because she's the strongest out of everyone. She's got the strongest foundation. She died of heart. Oh, so it's probably mom. So Amanda, thank you. It's probably mom who's giving that as a validation too. So just I just also heard your grandson. Again, DC. I don't know. When your grandson could have been 20 because I can't tell age wise. I don't know. All I can tell you is that your grandson um, just keeps looking up at you as a younger boy, and I mean I saw his face as plain as day looking up at you and saying, Nana, it's gonna be okay. Nana, it's gonna be okay. And he's an old soul because I just like could feel him like, Nana, like hold my hand, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. That's yeah, I kind of thought probably around 20. That's what I was sort of feeling. But in any case, he's just showing me as a little boy and just saying, looking right up at you. Like, it also makes me feel that closeness, that connection that you had with him too. So, um, I love Joanne. I love it. I love how everyone is just giving shout outs to
I was gonna say
DC.
that,
It's such
Stephen.
amazing people on here.
Like everyone is holding the space for
Yeah, you
DC
guys
to get this. Yeah.
are just amazing. And doing that and giving that empathy to DC, that I'm telling you, he lived with me as a little boy. I knew it. That's why he was showing me as a little boy, looking up at you. Yeah, I love it, and he's still there. But I was going to say that's karma for everyone who's making comments. It's just this good karma that's going to come back to all of you, which I think is amazing. But DC, just like your grandson said, you have to hold on. Just hold on because he said, Nana, you've got so many things to be grateful for. I can't thank you enough. You were right, DC. Thank you. This is really not about me. It's really about just giving you something, a different perspective, and just reminding you how loved you are from spirit, and that that there's hope. Is as you mentioned, things have been difficult. You can go to bed tonight just thanking, and I would ask you to do that. Thank them. The more you thank them and acknowledge them, the more connections you get via spirit, the more signs you get. So, um, Michelle, thank you. I throw that right back at you, Michelle, that you are too. So, um, but hey, the Florida girls in the house, Flinty. So I'm glad that you're here. So I feel the love. Thank you, DC. Yeah, I hope you do. That's what this is all about, right? It's knowing that when this is done, that you can just like go into the living room or I don't know, Paula. I can't believe I said Paula. I don't even know if people use that anymore, but I remember my mom used to use Paula all the time. And just know that when you're sitting there, that your grandson's sitting right next to you with his hand like this, and just making sure he's with you. I love him too because he said, Nana, we're all gonna be reconciled. We're all gonna be reunited, but not yet, Nana. You got stuff to do here. So whether you know it or not, I was going to say Nana, whether you know it or not, DC, the people that you've um, affected since you've been here. Affect is not the word I want to. Impacted. Thank you, Elix. The like what you've impacted is pretty amazing. So. Your grandson, I mean, your daughter's been here, right? And your daughter is just so excited that your grandson's doing this, and your daughter just keeps hugging you and hugging you. And I keep hearing her say, this was the best mom. It is the best mom. And our love has not been severed. It's still there. But I also just see DC, your grandson, just saying, Stephen, like reach out like this with your hands and tell Nana I'm hugging her. Tell her I'm hugging her. So that's what he wants to do. So DC, thank you for letting me do that. That's I always feel privileged because Elix, I get to feel the connections when people I'm reading in spirit were here. I get to feel that relationship. It's sort of like I get to get a little. I get a little privy to the sort of the reunion. And it's really cool when I get to do that, especially when I read DC and there's so many loved ones like Syl and her dog. I swear to God, I thought that dog was going to knock me over. Like her dad, Syl, your dad was like wanting to talk. Your dog almost knocked me over. So, DC, thank you for letting me do that. So, and I love the comedian here, Joanne.
Oh yeah.
Don't burn the turnover.
It's almost as if she's here waiting for her turnover.
Did I tell you how much I miss you?
Yeah,
so,
seriously.
Jen Kelly, Jen, big hugs to you too. So, Deborah, thank you, and of course, Syl, you're welcome. Deborah, I keep hearing someone, Debbie, it's mom, your mom. I think I saw, I think I saw you ask about your mom. So you, I mean, again, you're another person that's so connected.
One more minute.
Debbie, did someone call you Debbie? I don't know. I'm not really sure if they did or not because I don't remember. But in any case, your mom, oh my God, DC, your name is Debbie?
Wow.
That is why. Oh my God, DC, that is so wild that that's still your loved ones that I kept hearing Debbie.
Wow.
Well, that's pretty wild. So, that is wild. But so let me switch to LB. Thank you. Big hugs to you, DC. That's wild. But Deborah, DC. Thank you, Deborah. Just make sure your mom talks about May. I don't know. No, not May. March. It could be both. But she just corrected me. March. I don't know what's in March, if it's a birthday, anniversary, but your mom just said, tell my daughter March. So keep that with you. It could be a double validation with May too. So, but she's saying just, I had a big family. My 3 brothers have wow. Debbie, that's all your loved ones stepping forward. So when I was telling you about all the loved ones, and I got to tell you, this apple turnovers smells so good. Karen just said I can smell the turnovers. Yummy. Well done, Elix. So, but Deborah, your mom just said, step it back, like just like take a moment to sort of like calm the brain each day. Like your mind's going, and your mom says you keep missing the signs. Your mother doesn't have issues with signs or sending signs. So. We need smell-o-vision, yes. So I hope you keep that. She died in March. Yeah, that's why she's bringing up March. So just keep that with you. I tell people when I do readings, everything that comes out of my mouth, there's a reason for it. So if she's telling you, Deborah, to sort of step back, almost saying like feeling like step back, step out of yourself, and like just like see sort of like see what you don't normally see. See like, like going in the present is always something very simple. It's just like being more observant pulls you into that sort of frequency. So, and your cat, is my cat with her? Oh, there's no question at all. Wendy Hatch. Wendy Hatch is here. I love it.
Wow.
My cat died 3 weeks ago. Oh my God, Deborah, I'm so sorry. He was 23. Holy moly.
Wow.
I got to tell you though, when you just asked me about the cat before you started telling me some things, that was one cat, boy, one of a kind of cat, because he just came up to me and I looked at his face and I am like, I don't even know where to begin with you. That personality was not a cat personality. It was more than that. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'm telling you, that cat was also the strongest cat. I mean, I know you have to be at 23, but still controlled when he. Did you say he?
He was.
Yeah, so he was very, very strong. So make sure you keep that with you. And there's no question about somebody's in spirit that I swear to God, I don't know if this is your father. It's a guy that just said we're going to put him up for sale. See how much money we can get. It is your father, Deborah. Your father had to have a very, and your mother just whacked him. Your mother just whacked him on the arm, and your father is laughing, saying, "Honey, of course the cat's here." We're all setting the stage up for the reunion years and years to come. So how wild is that? So we're
You know what?
Oh my God, we got to. I'm sorry. So thank you. Oh my God, he was a fighter. Wow, unbelievable. Thank you for letting me do this. But hold on, because
Joanne is dying to have a taste of, this amazing turnovers.
So let me just put this back.
So now you got a lower sesame, so you guys.
Did you see him lower?
I want to do this without burning myself. Look at how incredibly gorgeous. I told you, you don't need to worry about what they look like before you bake them, because once you bake them, they look absolutely gorgeous. And look at how beautiful. These are the ones with the coarse sugar, and here's what I do. So
look at this.
Let me just move this here. So if you have powdered sugar, you just
and make sure you do that too when you put powdered sugar on them. Everything will come out.
I love lots of sugar in them. So look at how beautiful. By the way, these can be breakfast. These can be brunch items. These can be dessert. You put a little ice cream scoop on this. This is an awesome dessert. So how wonderful is that? So which one would you rather try, Stephen?
You know what, Elix? I was just thinking that, and I don't know. I'm sure if I asked everybody, they'd give me.
Which one do you think we should try?
Right?
Let's see. Some leftover apples. Yes. I think you need to make this, Amanda, for sure. You tell me, which one would you rather?
I think I'm going to go with the powdered one.
Powder? Okay, so.
And for you guys that I didn't get to for readings, just make sure next Sunday you're here, and we will do this all over again so that I can bring your loved ones through. And I know, Flinty, I have no idea why I'm calling you Flinty. I'm going to have to get to your son. I think that's what you say.
So, by the way, look at how I just opened one so that you can see. Hold on. I was going to say, you can see, look at how beautiful that looks. It's super hot. So
it looks so great. It smells so great. I wish all of you guys were here so you could actually.
I'll take one half. You take the other half.
Yeah.
Wow. They are hot.
It's really hot.
It just came out of the oven still.
But
it's like when somebody says, "Be careful, they're hot," and you just go for it, and try them anyways. But I'm telling you.
Are they good?
Mm-hmm. The apples are delicious. Telling you guys, did you just burn yourself? The combination of apples is perfect. Mm-hmm. Oh. Mm. So I think, what would you say, Stephen?
You got Google?
Yeah.
I lost it. This was, I'm telling you, clearly I'm going to have to try the one with the sugar also on it too. But this is, and again, I like apples. I love apples to eat. Like in the orchard today, I tried every kind. I love apples by themselves. I also use apples as a snack with peanut butter on them because I'm a peanut butter freak. Like I have peanut butter every day, and I put them on apples. But when they converted to like a pie or something like a turnover, that's not in like a bakery or so or a restaurant. It's not one of the things I'm going to ever pick. It just isn't. His stuff is crazy. This is like I don't know if you can see this. Like it's so like juicy and moist.
It's like a mini apple pie. There's nothing more simple than this. And because, but I don't know if you noticed, Steven, when you combine apples, you can tell a couple of them are firm because they have bite to it. But then you have another kind that may be a little bit more mushy. So it creates a really beautiful, sussy thing. So
Sussy.
sussy,
Sussy, baby. Sussy.
sussy. So,
Sussy.
anyways, I hope you guys have really enjoyed this with us. Um,
And I also hope that next Sunday you're back. We're going to be live again. We're going to be doing this all over again. We're going to be doing another recipe.
Mhm.
And the greatest thing is, what are we going to do? It's fall. It's like the best time to do different things. And we're going to lead up to Thanksgiving, right? So how wild is that, right? I mean, it's going to be really good.
so make sure that you set the clock, the alarm, to watch us again next Sunday. Did you just lose the? Hold on one second. Just talk amongst yourself while I get it.
No, but isn't this like leading up to Thanksgiving? Isn't it the best time of year for trying different recipes and just getting stuff, and trying stuff that you've never done before? But what's better than this morning us going out to the orchard and picking these apples and getting to do this here? And I think Elix, that you need to do the cranberry stuff.
Okay, so I think we are.
I guess we're going, man.
You're walking along the street, or you're at a party, or else you're alone, and then you suddenly dead. You're looking at someone nice, and suddenly realize that this could be the start of something big.
You're lunching at 21 and watching your diet, declining a Charlotte Russe, accepting a fig, and out of the clear blue sky, it's suddenly guy and guy, and this could be the start of something big. It was the start of something big. It's the end of something big. The cook, the medium here. We'll see you next Sunday.
Next Sunday,
And
7 p.m.
thank you for everybody that was here. I love you guys. I love all of you. And all those comments were brilliant.
And make sure you share this, share,
And
share.
subscribe.
Subscribe and tell people to come watch us.
Yes.
Bye.